Okay, we are live now. Hi guys, welcome to today's class. Sorry for the delay. Actually, there was a bit issue in the tech, so that's why there is a bit of delay. Otherwise, it's all fine. Wait, let me write in the WhatsApp group that we are live, guys. We are live. Yeah, message added. So, guys, today's class will be on quadrilaterals, right? So, since we are already late, instead wasting time, let's start. So, quadrilaterals. Okay, so before that, so this week's schedule, right? Live class schedule. Cracku conducts live class every day for this IIM Bangalore. UG course. In weekdays, we are live from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on weekends we are live from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Right? Okay. You can take a screenshot of this. Right? You guys can take a screenshot of this. But let me move from the screen. Yeah, I think it is fine. Okay. Also, we have launched for since IIM Bangalore UG course. This is happening for the first time, right? IIM Bangalore has launched this course for the first time. So we don't know actually. What can be the I mean the questions and all, right? We are not having a previous year paper, right? So we can't judge that what kind of questions can come. So on basis of that, to give you guys and feel of a real exam, right? Cracku has launched 5 free mock tests, right? So that you guys can get adjusted to what can come in the paper, right? So it has launched free mock test, 5 free mock tests, right? You can take them from our site. It is completely, anywhere you can take. If you don't know how to get it, so this is the Cracku web page, the main web page, right? If you just type in cracku.in, this page will open. Then you go here, IP Maths and IIM Bangalore UG, this section. Here you can see in the fourth line, it is given IIM Bangalore UG mock test free, right? You can click on here and here this page will open. Okay, let's start with the class. So quadrilaterals, we know quad. The meaning of quad means four, right? The meaning of quad means four. So quadrilateral is basically a polygon having four sides. What is it? A polygon having four sides. Means it can be something like this. It can be something like this, right? Any shape having four sides is a quadrilateral. So let's read it. A polygon with four sides, four vertices. What are vertices? Vertices are where two sides meet, right? This, where two sides are meeting. Okay. And four angles. We are also having four angles, right? Four internal angles, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So a polygon having four sides, four vertices, and four angles is a quadrilateral, right? Any closed figure, right? And also the figure has to be closed, right? Keep that in mind. By joining four line segments is called a quadrilateral. What are the properties? So properties, as we have already read, some properties are it has four sides, four angles. Then sum of interior angles is always 360 degree. It is a very vital property. We know for a triangle, the sum of all interior angles is 180 degree. Similarly, for any quadrilateral, right? Any quadrilateral you take, any shape, it has to be just be a quadrilateral. The sum of all the angles would be 360 degree, right? This would be the sum. Vertices, points where two sides meet. This I've already told. And diagonals. Diagonals are basically, these are line segments joining opposite vertices. Means, for example, this is a vertex, this is a vertex, this is a vertex, this is a vertex. What are the opposite vertices? One pair of opposite vertices is this and this. So this, if we join, this line is called a diagonal. Another pair of opposite vertices is this point and this point. So this, if we join, this is a diagonal. So what we can infer from here, we can infer that in a quadrilateral there will be two pairs of opposite vertices, right? Two pairs of opposite vertices. If there are two pairs of opposite vertices, means there will be two diagonals, which means number of diagonals in a quadrilateral is always 2. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Anyone having any doubts, you can please ask. Okay, so let's understand the types of quadrilateral. The first special type is parallelogram. See, we are hearing the name parallel, means something has to be related to parallel, right? So parallelogram is basically a quadrilateral. If I draw it, it is something like this. So let's say we're having a quadrilateral A, B, C, D. When I say A, B, C, D is a parallelogram, when I say A, B, C, D is a parallelogram, I can write in words like this, or in short form, I can just draw a parallel line and then I can put GM, right? This also means parallelogram. This is a short way to write parallelogram. So when I say ABCD is a parallelogram, means I mean the opposite sides. What are the opposite sides? The opposite sides are AB and CD. One pair of opposite side is AB and CD. Other pair of opposite side is AD and BC. So in a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel to each other. Means AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. This is the meaning of parallelogram. That opposite sides are parallel to each other. Very vital point. Let's see the properties. Opposite sides are parallel and equal, right? They are parallel and also they are equal. Means the value of AB will be equal to CD and the value of AD will be equal to BC. Another important property, that opposite sides has to be parallel for sure. Also the opposite sides have to be equal in length, right? Opposite angles are equal. Now what do I mean by opposite angle? See, any parallelogram or any quadrilateral has 4 angles. We have read it in the previous slide. What are the 4 angles? This is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. Now in a parallelogram, if you see what this line is telling, opposite angles. What are the opposite angles? I can say angle DAB means this angle and angle DCB. Right. Angle DAB and angle DCB are opposite. They are opposite to each other. Now, since this angle are opposite, means they are equal to each other. This is the property of parallelogram. The angles are opposite means they are equal to each other. Similar thing I can tell for angle ADC and angle ABC, right? So angle ADC and angle ABC. So again, this is an opposite pair, right? Which means angle ADC will be equal to angle ABC, right? So this is since they are opposite angles means they are equal, right? Okay. And what we are having, adjacent angles are supplementary. Now what are adjacent angles? Adjacent, the meaning of adjacent means next to each other, right? Adjacent means just next. So for angle ADC, right? If I'm writing over here, angle ADC, what are the adjacent angles? Means angle which are next to D. The angles are this angle and this angle, right? This angle is next to this angle is also next to this. So for angle ADC, there are two angles which are adjacent. One is angle DAB, another is angle BCD, right? So they are supplementary. What is the meaning of supplementary? Supplementary means the sum of two angles will be equal to 180 degree, which means now angle ADC is having DAB as adjacent angle. Now this is supplementary, means angle ADC plus angle DAB equals to 180 degrees. Similar thing I can tell for angle ADC and angle BCD are supplementary, which means angle ADC plus angle BCD equals to 180 degree, right? Fine. Diagonals bisect each other. Very, very important point. This is one of the most crucial properties of parallelogram, that diagonals bisect each other. What does this mean? This means, now we have read what is a diagonal. Diagonal means, so this is parallelogram ABCD, right? Diagonal means the line which is joining the opposite two vertices. So opposite two vertices is A and C. This is a diagonal, and B and D. This is a diagonal. Let's say they meet at O. So diagonal bisects each other means the meaning of bisect is, bisect means that we are dividing into two equal parts. Dividing into two equal parts. Now when I say the diagonals of a parallelogram are bisecting each other, this means that this diagonal BD is bisected by AC at point O, which means I can write that OD will be equals to OB, which will be equal to half of BD, right? Bisecting, dividing into two equal parts. Similar thing I can tell for diagonal AC. The diagonal BD is dividing diagonal AC in two equal parts. Let me remove this here. Which means AO equals to OC equals to half of AC. Right? This is what we are having. Okay. Now, yeah, that's it. And also one thing, if you see this point O, I can also tell O as the midpoint of A and C and the midpoint of D and B, right? This also we can tell. And each diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. What does this mean? This means, see, diagonal BD, this diagonal is dividing the parallelogram ABCD. Diagonal BD is dividing parallelogram ABCD into two triangles. The triangles are DAB and BDC. Triangle BDC. Which means triangle DAB, what this line is telling is that, so these two triangles DAB and BDC, they are congruent to each other. I hope you guys know the meaning of congruency. If you guys don't know the meaning of congruency, you can type in the chat. I will explain it. No issues. Similarly, the diagonal BD is dividing, the diagonal AC. Now this was with diagonal BD. Similarly, if you see diagonal AC, means this diagonal, it is dividing the parallelogram into ABC, triangle ABC. This is triangle, not A. Yeah. Triangle ABC and triangle ADC. So these two triangles are also congruent to each other. Okay. This was for parallelogram, right? Okay. Anyone having any doubts, you can please ask, or we can move to the next part. Any doubt, guys? Okay, no issues. Let's join the next part. Now, important formulas for parallelogram. So basically, when we are dealing with quadrilaterals, we need to remember two formulas. One is area. I mean, for any quadrilateral, we have to deal with two things. One is area, another is perimeter. Right? As far as I mean, mensuration is concerned, right? Mensuration related to quadrilateral means we have to deal with area and perimeter. Now, let's say this is a parallelogram, right? Let's say A, B, C, D. I am drawing a perpendicular from A to DC. This I will call as the height of the parallelogram. H equals to height of parallelogram. And this I will call as base of parallelogram. Right? So area of parallelogram means area of parallelogram. One formula is I can write base into height, right? This is the height and this is the base. Remember, the height should be perpendicular to base. Means if I am taking this as height, means I am taking this as the base only, right? Because this height is perpendicular to this base. It is not that I am taking this height and I will take some other base, right? Point number one. Point number two is that if you are good in trigonometry, let's say this angle be theta. Let's say. Now, if this is h, what will AD be? We know h by AD equals to sine theta, right? Sine theta equals to height by hypotenuse. So, can I write h equals to AD sine theta? So, if I put the value of h over here, what will be the area of parallelogram be? The area of parallelogram would be h is AD sine theta multiplied by base, right? It is b into h. What is base? Base is DC, which means area of parallelogram is DC into AD into sine theta. Very important thing. This means it is product of sides, right? Product of adjacent sides. AD and DC are adjacent sides. So area of parallelogram equals to product of adjacent sides multiplied by sine of the angle between them. Sine function of the angle between those sides. Right? Very important thing. Okay. So either BH or I can tell AB sine theta. Now perimeter is very simple. Perimeter we know. Let's say this is our parallelogram. We know perimeter means it is the boundary surrounded by this parallelogram. So perimeter, what I can write? Perimeter I can write as AB. I mean perimeter will be just sum of the all the sides, right? We will sum up all the sides, means AB plus BC plus CD plus AD. Now we know AB equals to BC, which means this BC I can write as AB, and CD equals to and what we are having, AB, BC, CD. Sorry, we know AB equals to CD. My bad. We know AB equals to CD. This AB is equal to CD, which means this is AB. And we know BC equals to AD, means this BC equals to this AD. Which means perimeter equals to AB plus BC plus AB plus BC equals to twice of AB plus BC. So perimeter equals to twice of AB plus BC means it is twice of length plus breadth, right? We don't usually use the term length and breadth for parallelogram, but you can basically the thing is that perimeter equals to twice of sum of adjacent sides, right? Perimeter equals to twice of sum of adjacent sides. This only you can remember, right? So I hope guys it is clear. Area of parallelogram, perimeter of parallelogram. Anyone with any doubts, you can please ask, or we can move to the next portion. Any doubt, guys? Okay, let's move to the next portion. Rectangle. Now, there are some special cases of parallelogram. What are the special cases? The special cases, case number 1 is rectangle. Case number 2 is square. Case number 3 is rhombus. And yeah, these are the 3 cases you can tell. So, rectangle is a special kind of parallelogram. See, parallelogram is like this. Let me draw it parallel. Yeah. Parallelogram is opposite sides are parallel to each other. Opposite angles are parallel to each other. Opposite sides are parallel to each other, and opposite sides are equal in length. If I tell in this parallelogram, now these angles, right? If I make all the angles of the parallelogram equal to 90 degree, all the angles equal to 90 degree, all the angles equal to 90 degree. So we will get a figure quite like this, right? This is parallel, opposite sides are parallel. This opposite side is parallel to this, and this is 90 degree. Right? Okay. So this figure is what we call as rectangle. But the condition is that, what is the condition? Condition is adjacent sides are not equal. Now we know in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal, means AB equals to CD, means AD equals to BC. Opposite sides are equal, but adjacent sides won't be equal, means AB won't be equal to BC. The adjacent sides won't be equal. Okay. So opposite sides are equal and parallel. All 4 angles are 90 degrees, right? All 4 angles are right angles, 90 degrees. Diagonals are equal. Now, important thing. Achha, diagonals bisect each other. This we know. In any parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. Means if it is a rectangle also, if it is a square, if it is a rhombus, we know that property will remain for sure, that diagonals bisect each other. Let's understand this thing. Diagonals are equal. Now guys, let me draw the rectangle A, B, C, D. Now we have read what is diagonal. Achha, 90 degree angle. Yeah. Diagonal we have read as that line which joins opposite vertices, means AC will be a diagonal. Diagonal will be one AC and diagonal will be one BD. Now let's say this is L, this is breadth, this is L, this is breadth. So AC will be what? AC will be root under L square plus B square, right? We will simply apply Pythagoras theorem, right? We are applying Pythagoras theorem to triangle ADC, right? This is L, this is B, so this is, sorry, this is L, wait one second, ADC, this is L, this is B, so this is root L square plus B square, right? Similar thing I can draw for BD also. For BD also, if you see, triangle BDC is a right angle triangle, LB, so this is root L square plus B square. So from here I can say that both the diagonals are measuring root L square plus B square, which means AC equals to BD, which means diagonals are of equal length, right? Okay, and each diagonal divides a rectangle into two congruent right triangles. Again, the property of parallelogram, right? The parallelogram, what it was mentioned, that diagonals are dividing the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. Here it is congruent right angle triangles. Why right angle triangles? Because the four angles are 90 degree. That's why right angle triangles. Okay, chalo, fine. Let's move to the next slide. Hmm. Okay, AA new. I don't know who are you. What is thank you? Okay, guys. Rectangle. Anyone having any doubts? You can please ask. Somebody wrote in the chat, thank you. I don't know for what. But anyone having any doubts, you can please ask. Okay. Let's understand the formula for rectangle. Yeah. So, area of rectangle. This is our rectangle. Right? What we have learned was, we have learned L, this is B, L, B. Now, area of rectangle, we all know, we have learned this from our very childhood, that area of rectangle is length into breadth, right? You simply multiply this length and breadth, you will get the area of rectangle. If you want to see the proof, we can make the proof also. This is 90 degree, this is 90 degree. This is a diagonal. Now, diagonal is dividing this rectangle into two equal triangles. One is this triangle, another is this right angle triangle. Now, this right angle triangle, what is the area? Area is half into L into B. This right angle triangle, what is the area? Area is half into L into B. So if we add them up, we will get L into B. And lastly, perimeter. Perimeter is what? We have to sum up all the sides. So if you are summing up all the sides, we will get L plus B plus L plus B, which is twice of L plus B. This is the perimeter. Okay. Anyone, any doubts? You can please ask. Any queries, any question? Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, before moving to the next slide, just a thing to say that Cracku has launched a WhatsApp group, right? I mean, for the purpose of, IIM Bangalore UG program only, right? Since the IIM Bangalore UG program is new, we, don't know. I mean, a lot of aspirants are there who are, confused and all. So to help them, Cracku has launched a WhatsApp group. I mean, exclusively for this course, right? This group is having thousands of aspirants who are targeting this IIM Bangalore UG program this year, and also, mentors and teachers from Cracku are also there. This includes Madhu sir and Saili ma'am, right? So the UG group, WhatsApp link is in the description. So do check this out, guys. Right? Please join the group. By joining the group, you will get I mean, you will get a good peer group, right? You can discuss your doubts, your queries, right, with your peers, and we will also be there to help resolve your doubts. By joining this group, you can get exam related updates, right, when the form will come, or I mean whatever thing is happening, right, you will get all the updates. So it is good to join, I feel, right? Because last day I remember there was one guy who asked a question about, uh, I mean uh, calculus, I think, right? One question was that about sandwich theorem, right? So when I see also those kind of doubts, so I also feel really good that, yeah, students are putting in their efforts a lot, right? So yeah, guys, it's a kind request, please join the group. The link you can find in the description. Okay, let's move to the next part. So the next part is square. Okay, no doubts till now. Fine. Square. So square is basically a rectangle only. Now in rectangle, if you remember, rectangle, it was like this. All angles 90, this is LB, LB, length and breadth. Now square is rectangle only. Shit. This is LB. Yeah, LB. The only thing in rectangle which we remember is that we had one condition, that length should not be equal to breadth, right? The adjacent side should not be equal in length. This was the condition we had in rectangle. If we remove this condition, means if I say L equals to B, if I say L equals to B, let's say this be A, which means I am getting a quadrilateral whose angles are 90-degree. All the four sides are equal. This we call it as a square, right? What is the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle was length into breadth. Here it is both are equal to A, means here area will be A into A. So A square. So area is A square. That's area we are not discussing now. Okay. So here let's read the properties. All sides are equal. I have told. All angles are 90-degree. I have told. Diagonals are equal. Obviously in a rectangle, if the diagonals are equal, the same property will hold true for squares. All the diagonals are equal. They bisect each other and divide the square into four congruent isosceles triangles, right? Four congruent means it is dividing into four triangles: triangle 1, triangle 2, triangle 3, and triangle 4. So all the four triangles are congruent to each other. Yeah, let's come to the area and perimeter part, which I was discussing. So this is a square. You are having A. We know length equals to breadth equals to A. Now area of rectangle was length into breadth. Here both are equal to A, means it is A into A, so it is A square. So what is the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle is side square, which is S into S. Oh, sorry, area of square. What is the area of square? Side square, S into S, right? Here I have taken the side as A, so it is A square. Perimeter, we know perimeter is what? Sum of all the sides. Perimeter equals to sum of all the sides, means it is A plus A plus A plus A, which is 4A. Okay, so perimeter of square 4S, area done, and we are having diagonal. So let's make a diagonal this. So this is a diagonal, this is A, this is A. This is a right angle triangle. So diagonal length, let's say the diagonal be D. So I can write D square equals to A square plus A square, or D square equals to twice of A square, or D equals to root 2A. So the diagonal of the rectangle is equal to side multiplied by root 2. Right? Diagonal equal to side into root 2. Okay. Any doubt, guys, till now? Any queries? You can please ask. Okay. Let's move to the next part. Rhombus. Now, rhombus is another kind of parallelogram, right? So we have studied parallelogram. We have studied special kind of parallelogram like rectangle, like square. Now, rhombus is like, we know parallelogram is like this. This is A, B, C, D. We know opposite sides are parallel to each other. We know opposite sides are equal to each other. But we also know that adjacent sides are not equal to each other. Again, if I remove this condition, if I tell AB equals to BC, means adjacent sides are also equal to each other, or if I say that all the four sides of a parallelogram are equal to each other, provided that these angles are not 90-degree, right? These angles should not be right angles, means we will get a figure like this, something like this will get. Let's name it as PQRS. So PQRS is a parallelogram where PQ equals to QR equals to RS equals to PS. All the sides are equal and angle P is not equals to 90-degree. I mean angle PQR, angle S. These are not equals to 90-degree. Right? The angles are not equals to 90-degree. Which means this figure is a rhombus. See guys, if the angles become equal to 90-degree, so angles equal to 90-degree, all the four sides are equal. Then in that case, we will get a square. So keep this in mind that the angles are not equal to 90 degree. This is a rhombus. Let's read the properties of rhombus. All sides are equal. I have told opposite angles are equal. This is a property of parallelogram only. So definitely it has to be a property of rhombus. Adjacent angles are supplementary, right? Adjacent angle means this and this are supplementary. We again read that adjacent angles, the sum has to be 180-degree, right? This also we have read. Diagonals bisect each other. This we know, right? Diagonals bisect each other. This is a property of parallelogram only. So this will also hold true for rhombus. Also, one more thing in rhombus is special is that this is rhombus. The diagonals are bisecting each other, that we know, but they are perpendicular bisectors, means they are intersecting at angles 90-degree and then they are bisecting, right? So this thing is not true for a normal parallelogram, but when the diagonals are bisecting perpendicularly, means that becomes a rhombus. So instead I can also tell that for a parallelogram, if the diagonals are bisecting perpendicularly, if they are perpendicular bisectors of each other, then the parallelogram becomes a rhombus. So this in in a reverse way also I can tell what is a rhombus is. And the diagonals are not equal. Remember, diagonals are equal for rectangle, diagonals are equal for square, but the diagonal lengths are not equal for rhombus. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's move to the, any doubt guys in rhombus? Any queries? Any issues? Okay, let's move to the next part. Okay, rhombus. So we are having some formulas. So this is a rhombus. A, B, C, D. The diagonals are perpendicular bisectors, right? Let's say the diagonal lengths ACB equals to D1, diagonal length BDB equals to D2. So what is the area of rhombus? area of rhombus is half into d1 into d2, or I can say half into product of diagonals. Right? This is the area of rhombus. Similarly, what is the perimeter? Perimeter we know, let's say the side length be S. We know in a rhombus all sides are equal length, right? So let all the lengths be S. So perimeter is nothing but sum of all the sides. So S plus S plus S plus S. So it is 4S. So it is 4 into side, right? So this is also fine, I think, guys. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Next we'll have trapezium. Now trapezium is also a special kind of quadrilateral. But the thing is that, see, in parallelogram we had 4 sides, out of which the opposite sides are parallel to each other. Trapezium, since it's a quadrilateral, there will be 4 sides, but only one pair of opposite side, only one pair of opposite side will be parallel to each other. The other pair won't be parallel. Means this is a parallelogram. We are having opposite sides parallel to each other. If I make the figure something like this, that I will keep these two sides are parallel, I won't keep these two sides as parallel. They won't be parallel. They would be non-parallel. So I can draw a figure like this, right, guys? Here I can tell AB parallel to CD, but AD and BC are not parallel to each other. This figure we call as trapezium. This is what we call as trapezium. Right? Trapezium is a quadrilateral whose one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Remember, only one pair. What are the properties? One pair of sides is parallel. This is called the basis, right? It is called the basis. This is base and base. The non-parallel sides are called legs. So the non-parallel sides, which means AD and BC, they are legs. And angles adjacent to each leg are supplementary. What does this mean? This means that these two angles, sum of these two angles means angle DAB plus angle ABC. It is 180 degree. And angle ADC plus angle BCD, it is 180 degree. Right? So sum of angles are supplementary. Sum of angles is equal to 180 degree for angles supported by the legs, or I can tell the angles included between the parallel side and the non-parallel side, simply. Okay. Okay, this was about trapezium. Any doubt, guys? Any queries? Okay, let's move to the next slide. Important trapezium formulas. Now trapezium, what are the important formulas? See, this is our trapezium. Again, we will deal with two things, right? One is we will deal with, wait, let me drink some water. In just a minute. Okay. See, we know quadrilateral, we will deal with two things, area and perimeter. Now this is a trapezium, say ABCD. Let's say this be A, B, C and D. This is parallel to this. If I am drawing a perpendicular from A to the vertex DC, this is H, right? This we will call the height of the trapezium. Height of trapezium. H is what? H is height of trapezium, right? So if h is height of trapezium, what does this mean? This means, I mean, from here I can write that the area of trapezium, the formula is, it is half into sum of parallel sides, means a plus c into height h, right? Half into sum of parallel sides into height h. Half into sum of parallel sides into height, right? This is area of trapezium, half into a plus c into h. Okay. Perimeter of trapezium, perimeter is simply addition of all the side lengths, means a plus b plus c plus d, right? But try to keep this formula in mind, guys. Area of trapezium is half into sum of parallel sides into height. If you are not able, for say, if you are not able to remember this formula, how to do it? Now you have got this. You have drawn the heights. If you see, this is a rectangle, and these two are right angle triangles. So I can tell that the area is sum of this right angle triangle plus sum of this rectangle plus a sum of area of this right angle triangle. So if you add up also, then also you will get the final area, right? If you are forgetting the formula, in case, you can use this concept also. Also, one more thing to tell, in a trapezium, right? This is a trapezium. If the non-parallel sides are equal in length, right? If these two non-parallel sides, right? These are non-parallel sides. If they become equal in length, we call that trapezium as isosceles trapezium. Isosceles. Sorry guys, if any spelling mistake, please pardon me. This is isosceles trapezium. Okay. Any doubt, guys? Any queries? Okay, let's move to the next slide. Then we are having kite. Now kite again. Now kite, we all know, right? We all fly kite during the festival, right? Makar Sankranti, or somewhere it is also called as Uttarayan, right? Uttarayan or Makar Sankranti, we fly kites. So what is the shape of a kite? Shape of a kite is something like this. Okay, let's say ABCD is a kite. Now what is the speciality about kite? Now AC is a diagonal, BD is a diagonal. The speciality about kite is that this AD will be equal to AB, means triangle ABD will be an isosceles triangle, and BC will be equal to DC, means triangle BCD will be an isosceles triangle. So what is there? Two pairs of adjacent sides are equal, right? This is adjacent sides, these are adjacent sides, so they are equal. One pair of opposite angle are equal, means this angle and one pair of opposite angle. Okay, this angle and this angle are equal, right? Diagonals intersect at right angles, which means this is 90 degree, means all the angles are 90 degree. And also one diagonal bisecting the other, means this length is equal to this length, right? This is bisecting and this is bisecting, right? Let's say the center be O. This is looking clumsy, so I can write DO equals to BO equals to half of BD, right? Diagonals are bisecting each other, and AO equals to OC equals to half of AC, right? The diagonal that bisects the other diagonal also bisects the angle at the end points, means these angles are also bisected by the diagonals, right? Area of kite. Now we have got the diagonal as AC and the diagonal is BD. So area of kite I can write as half into product of diagonals, right? I can write simply this, half into product of diagonals. Okay, guys, let's move to the next slide. Video is lagging. Any problem, guys? Is the video lagging? Any issues? No, I don't think they're lagging. Okay, fine. No issues. Let me go with this. Cyclic quadrilateral. Cyclic quadrilateral is what? So cyclic plus quadrilateral. Now there has to be a cycle means there has to be a circle. So any quadrilateral, a quadrilateral which is inscribed in a circle, means this is your circle. A quadrilateral inscribed in a circle is a cyclic quadrilateral. Cyclic quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon whose vertices lie on the circumference of a single circle, right? Because these vertices 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, they are lying on the circumference of a single circle, or I can tell that this quadrilateral is inscribed in the circle, right? What are the properties? Let's read. So the properties are opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral means this and this. Let's say A, B, C, D. So angle A plus angle C, it is 180 degree, and angle B plus angle D, it is 180 degree, right? Opposite angles are equal to sum of the opposite angles, right? Sum of the opposite angles equal to 180 degree. Sum of opposite angles equal to 180 degree. And exterior angle created by extending any one side is equal to interior angle on that side. Okay, this is not important. You can, it's okay, right? Just remember this, that cyclic quadrilateral, the main property is that sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 degree. Life is easy. Okay, any doubt, guys, up to now? Because now we'll be moving to solving questions. Anyone having any doubt, you can please ask. Okay, let's move. Next question. Let's move to the questions part. Yeah, let's start, guys. First question of the day, 2-minute timer. Try to solve it. Okay, guys, time's up. Anyone with any answers? Okay, one thing to tell, we have taken 9 questions for today. The first 3 questions are previous year IPMAT questions, right? IPMAT is an exam which is conducted by IIM Indore, right? So these questions I have taken from the previous years of those. Now the reason of taking is because since IPMAT is conducted by an IIM, right, and it is an entrance exam for the undergrad level, so might be IIM Bangalore might set you know questions which are of similar type for its own entrance exam also, right? Okay, but nevertheless, let's read the question. So ABCD is a quadrilateral whose diagonals AC and BD intersect an O. If triangles AOB, so ABCD is a quadrilateral. We are not told what kind of quadrilateral it is, but it is a quadrilateral. Diagonals AC and BD are intersecting at O. So this is AC, this is BD. So it is intersecting at O. If triangles AOB and COD have areas 4 and 9 respectively. So AOB is having area 4, COD is having area 9. So what is the minimum area that ABCD can have? What is the minimum area that ABCD can have? Okay. Before starting this, let me discuss one thing. See, this is triangle. We have got this. Let us drop a perpendicular from point A to diagonal BD. Let's say the length of perpendicular be H1. Similarly, let us drop a perpendicular from point C to the diagonal BD. Let's say the length of perpendicular be H2. Now listen, guys. Area of triangle AOB. What can I write this area? I can write this area half into base into height. Height is H1. What is the base? Base is OB. Right? Similarly, area of triangle AOD. What can I write? I can write again half into base into height. Here height is H1 and base is OD. Similarly, area of triangle DOC. What I can write? Half into base. Here base is OD. What is the height? Height is H2. And lastly, area of triangle BOC. This is what half into height is H2 and base is OB. Right? Now, if you look, if I say triangle AOB area, if I multiply this with triangle COD area, what I'm getting means I'm multiplying these two. I will get half into half 1 by 4th, H1 into H2 into OB into OD. Similarly, if I multiply the remaining two terms, area of triangle AOD and area of triangle BOC. If I multiply these two terms, I will also get this multiplied by this means 1 by 4th H1 into H2 into OD into OB. Means what can I infer from here? I can infer that these two multiplications are same, these values are same, which means an important thing to learn from here is area of triangle AOB into area of triangle COD equals to area of triangle AOD into area of triangle BOC, which means that the opposite triangles AOD into COB, this area multiplication will be equal to this area multiplication AOB into COD. Now let's see the question. So here in the question it is told that ABCD, they are intersecting at O. Very good. Now AOB area is given as 4, this is given as 9. I need to find the minimum area that ABCD can have. Let's say the area of this portion AODB A, area of this portion BOCB B. So by using this property, can I write A into B equals to 4 into 9, which is 36. A into B equal to 36. Now for the minimum area, now what is the total area? Total area will be sum of all the individual areas A plus B plus 4 plus 9, which is 13 plus A plus B. Now, for this area to be minimum, I want this sum A plus B to be minimum, right guys? I want this sum A plus B to be minimum. So A plus B, I can use AMGM inequality. I know AM A plus B by 2 has to be greater or equal to GM. GM is root AB, or A plus B by 2 greater or equal to root 36, or A plus B by 2 greater or equal to 6, or A plus B greater or equal to 12. Which means the minimum sum A plus B has to be greater or equal to 12, which means the minimum sum of A plus B can be 12. So what is the minimum area? So minimum area equals to 13 plus 12, which is equal to 25. So the correct answer is option B, 25. Okay. Any issue, guys? Any doubts? You can please ask. Any queries, any doubts, you can please ask, guys. Or shall we move to the next slide? Any questions? Okay, let's move to the next. Oh, sorry. Yeah, question 2, second question of the day. Pretty easy question. This is also a previous year IP MAT question. Okay, guys, time's up. Anyone up with the answers? Anyone? Have you got answer of this question? You can please write in the chat. Okay, let's read. So point PQRS are taken on the sides AB, BC, CD and D of a square ABCD respectively, so that AP is to PB equals to BQ is to QC equals to CR is to RD. Okay, got it. Okay, see, this is square ABCD. I am taking points PQRS, right? So AP, then I am taking PB, then I am getting BQQC, then I am getting CR, and here I am getting S, right? Okay. It is given that AP by PB, this is 1 by N. So if AP by PB is 1 by N, can I write AP by AP plus PB? If I am applying componendo, this is 1 by N plus 1. And what is AP plus PB? AP plus PB is AB. So AP by AB is 1 by N plus 1. What does this mean? And if you see, this is also true for rest of this. I mean BQ by QC. If this is 1 by N, so I can write BQ by BQ plus QC means BC. This is also 1 by N plus 1. Which means if I take the side length, let's take side length of square to be N plus 1, means this is N plus 1, means this is N plus 1. If the side length of square to be equal to N plus 1, which means AP is to PB, means this is 1, this is N. BQ is to QC, means this is 1, this is N. CR is to RD, means this is 1, this is N. DS is to SA, means this is 1, this is N, right? So we have arranged this, which means this is N plus 1, so this measurement is 1, PB measurement is N, BQ measurement is 1, QC measurement is N. Okay. What I have been asked, that I have been asked to find the area of PQRS to the area of ABCD. So let me join PQRS. Now if you see guys, let us take triangle DSR. I am having DS equals to 1, DR equals to N. So what is the length of SR? SR I can calculate as SR equals to DS square plus DR square, which is equals to 1 square plus N square, which is equals to root N square plus 1. Right? I can simply apply Pythagoras theorem. Now the same story will be for QR also. If I take this triangle QR, so this again will be root N square plus 1. The same thing will happen for PQ, same thing will happen for PS. Means I can write basically PQ equals to QR equals to RS equals to PS equals to root N square plus 1. Right? So this is all equal to root N square plus 1. Okay? Which means, what is the area? Means I can tell if this is happening, all the sides are equal. Mean I can tell PQRS is a square. I can tell PQRS is a square of side length root N square plus 1. Right? So PQRS is a square of side length root N square plus 1. Means what is the area of PQRS? Area of PQRS equals to root N square plus 1 whole square, which is N square plus 1. So area of PQRS is N square plus 1. And what is the area of ABCD? Now ABCD length is N plus 1, right? Side length of ABCD is N plus 1, which means area of ABCD is N plus 1 whole square. So what is the ratio? Ratio would be N square plus 1 by N plus 1 whole square. So what is the correct answer? Sorry guys. Correct answer is option C, right? N square plus 1 is to 1 plus N whole square, right? n square plus 1 divided by 1 plus n whole square. Okay, that's guys. Let's move to the next part. Next question. Okay, anyone having any doubts? Any queries? Any issues? Okay, let's move to the next part. Next question. This is a tough question. Try to mark it right. Try to attempt it. I mean, try to get this. If not, I am there. I will help. Okay, guys, time's up. Anyone up with any answers? You can please tell. Okay, fine. Let's read the question. A circle of radius 13 centimeter touches the adjacent sides AB and BC of a square ABCD at M and N. Okay, respectively. If AB equals to 18 centimeter and the circle intersects the other two sides CD and DA at P and Q, then the area in square centimeter of triangle PMD. Okay, let me draw the diagram. So I am having a square ABCD. This is my square. Now I'm having a circle which is touching the adjacent sides AB and BC. Means, and what is happening? And the circle is also intersecting the other two sides CD and DA. Means the diagram will be something like this. It is touching here, here. Then the circle is going somewhere like here. Sorry for the. Wait. Let me draw the circle more round, right? Yeah. This is our circle, right? And touches the adjacent side AB and BC at points M and N. Means this is point M, this is point N. Okay. Now AB equals to 18 centimeter. So this is 18 centimeter. Okay. And the circle intersects CD and DA at point P and Q. CD and DA at point P and Q means it intersecting CD at P, DA it is intersecting at Q. Then what is the area of triangle PMD? Means I need to find the area of this triangle. Okay, fine. No issues. Let me take this as a center of the circle. Let's say point O be the center of the circle. Now, circle is of radius 13 centimeter. Means, guys, this is the radius, right? BC is a tangent to the circle. We know radius and tangent are perpendicular to each other. OM is a radius, which means the length of ON I can write as 13 centimeter. Circle radius is 13 centimeter. This is also the length of OM, 13 centimeter. Which means if this is 13, this hole is 18, means what is the length of this? Let's say this is, let's say X. Means what is the length of OX? OX will be equals to 18, right? Because XN is 18 centimeter, ON is 13 centimeter. 18 minus 13 equal to 5 centimeter. Okay. Fine. But the issue, what is the issue? See, we have to find the area of triangle PMD. This we need to find. Now, suppose I am drawing something, a line like this is Y. This is perpendicular to this, right? So, area of triangle PMD I can write as half into MY into DC, right? Half into height into base. Now, My, if you look closely, My is nothing but equal to side of the square, means it is equal to AD, it is equal to BC, so it is 18 centimeter, right? This length, My, is equal to 18 centimeter. But PD is from here to here. Our square is ending at point C, but this is ending at point P. So this we don't know, right? This we don't know what is the length of PD. Means if I find the length of PD, my job is done. Okay. Let's try to find the length of PD. Okay. Now guys, as we know, this length we have inferred as OX is 5. Similarly, I can tell that wait one second, OX is 5. Yeah. Now guys, see, this is 13. This is 13. So I can tell this is 13. Which means this whole length is 5 centimeter. Right guys? This is 13 radius. So this will be equal to 13. This total is 18, means this much portion value is 5 centimeter. Okay. Now if you see, this is 13. Okay, 13, this and this. This is X. Yeah, similarly, this portion ON is 13. Now, if I take this portion PC, let me take PC as X centimeter. What is the value of YP then? The value of YP will be 13 minus X, because we know that ON equals to YC, right? ON equals to YC, right? YC will also be equal to 13 centimeter. So this is 13 minus X. Now, if I join O and P, if I am joining O and P, let me observe triangle OPY. OP is a radius of the circle, right? OP is a radius of the circle. Length is 13 centimeter. YP value is 13 minus X centimeter. OY, what is the value? OY value is 5 centimeter. And most importantly, OYP is a right angle triangle, which means I can apply Pythagoras theorem. So if I apply Pythagoras theorem, I can write 5 square plus 13 minus x square equals to 13 square, right? Height square plus base square equal to hypotenuse square. Now we know what is the Pythagorean triplet. We know Pythagorean triplet 5, 12, 13 is a Pythagorean triplet, right? With 5 and 13, what is the other number? It is 12. Means 5 square plus 12 square equal to 13 square. Which means I can write this 13 minus x whole square. It is equal to 12 square. which means there can be two possibilities. One, 13 minus x, either it is equal to 12 or 13 minus x will be equal to minus 12, because either of the cases 13 minus x whole square will be equal to 12 square. Now if 13 minus x equal to 12 means I can write x equal to 13 minus 12. So it is 1. 13 minus x equal to minus 12 means I can write x equals to 13 plus 12, which is 25. But if you see, x is this much portion, right? If x is 25, then 13 minus x will be minus 12. Now, can side length be minus? No, means this case is eliminated. So I am getting the value of x as 1, means this value is 1. So if PC is x centimeter, it is equal to 1 centimeter. Can I write the length of PD will be, what is PD? PD is DC minus PC. What is DC? DC is a side of a square, 18 centimeter, minus PC. PC is 1 centimeter. So 18 minus 1 equal to 17 centimeter. Which means triangle PMD. What is the area? Area is half into 18 into 17, right? Height is 18, base is 17. 218 I can cancel. So it is 9 into 17, which is 153. So the correct answer is 153 centimeter square. Right? It is a theta question. Right? So the correct answer is 153. Anyone having any doubt? You may ask. Or we can move to the next question. Okay, let's move to the next question. Yeah, try to solve this question, guys. Okay, guys, let's solve this. Okay. So what is given here is a rhombus with two of its vertices as 2, minus 2 and 2, 7 has one of the diagonals on the line x minus y equal to x minus y plus 5 equal to 0. Means, now see, two vertices, 2, minus 2, and this is what is 2, 7. Now, 1 second. 2, 7. Achha, x minus y plus 5 equal to 0. Now, this is the diagonal of the rhombus. Now, this diagonal can either pass through only 2, minus 2, right? I mean, either the case can be this or the case can be this, right? Here is 2 comma minus 2, here is 2 comma 7, or both can lie on this diagonal. We don't know. Now, if 2 comma minus 2 is lying on this diagonal, means this should satisfy, means the value of x minus y plus 5 will be equal to 0. If I check this here, x equal to 2, y equal to minus 2 plus 5, I am getting value as 5, which means 2 comma minus 2 is not lying on x minus y plus 5 equal to 0. This is what we have inferred. For 2 comma 7, what is the value? 2 minus 7, x is 2, y is 7 plus 5 equal to 0, which means 2 comma 7 is lying on this diagonal because it is satisfying it, which means if I write here 2 comma 7, which means this is my diagonal, x minus y plus 5 equal to 0, right? Now, fine. We know one diagonal of rhombus, or I can say diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular to each other, which means this diagonal x minus y plus 5 equal to 0, I can write this as y equal to x plus 5. Now if I compare this with the standard form y equal to mx plus c, what is the value of m? M is 1, means slope of this line is 1. Now if the other diagonal, right, we know the other diagonal has to be perpendicular. The other diagonal has to be perpendicular to this diagonal. Now if this line slope is 1, we know if two lines are perpendicular to each other, the product of their slopes is minus 1. m1 into m2 equal to minus 1. Now if this is 1, which means the value of m2 would be minus 1. Means the slope for this diagonal, here the slope is minus 1. Let us assume this line, let me name this, let's say this be A, B, C, D. Let us assume equation of AC, let us say equation of AC be y equals to mx plus c, where m is minus 1. Now if I put, now this line is passing through, so let me erase this also. Yeah. Now this line is passing through 2 comma minus 2, which means I can write y as minus 2 minus 1 into 2 plus c. So from here I can write c equal to 0. So if c equal to 0 means I can write the equation to be y equals to minus x, which means equation of this diagonal is y equal to minus x. So I have got equation of both the diagonals. One diagonal equation is x minus y plus 5 equal to 0. Other diagonal equation is y equal to minus x. Now let's say this is O. If you look guys, what is AO? AO is perpendicular distance from point A to diagonal. AO is perpendicular distance from point A to diagonal BD, right? Point A is 2 comma minus 2. Diagonal BD is x minus y plus 5 equal to 0. So I can use the perpendicular distance formula. If you don't know, from a point x1 comma y1, the perpendicular distance to line ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is simply nothing but perpendicular distance d is nothing but mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by root a square plus b square. Means simply put this point in this line equation, whatever the mod value you get, divided by root a square plus b square, means divided by coefficients of x and y. So Here I will put this point in this line. So 2, x is 2, y is minus 2. So minus of minus 2 plus 5. Divided by root a square plus b square. Now a is what? Coefficient of x. Value is 1, right? X is only x. B is what? Coefficient of y. Value is minus 1. But square will be 1 square. So 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 5, 9. So it is 9 by root 2. So AO equals to 9 by root 2, which means this is 9 by root 2. Okay. Similarly, I can find the length of, now if we know in a rhombus, diagonals bisect each other. So if AO is 9 by root 2 means OC will also be 9 by root 2. Right. Similar logic I can apply for finding the distance DO. Right. Let's apply the same logic. Finding the distance DO. What I can see? The point D is 2 comma 7. Right. And the diagonal AC is having equation x plus y equal to 0. So the perpendicular distance from D to AC, which is DO, would be what? Again, simply put this point in this line. X is 2, y is 7, divided by root a square plus b square. Value of a, which is coefficient of x, is 1, so 1 square. Value of b, which is coefficient of y, it is 1, so 1 square. So it is 9 by root 2, which means DO is 9 by root 2, which means OB is also 9 by root 2, right? Which means I can tell what is the value of DB. DB I can tell as 9 by root 2 into 2, which is 9 root 2. AC I can tell as 9 by root 2 into 2, which is 9 root 2. So I've got values of both the diagonals of the rhombus. So what is the area of rhombus? Area of rhombus, we know it is half into product of diagonals. 9 root 2 into 9 root 2. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. I can cancel. So area of rhombus I am getting as 81 centimeter square, which means this value is 81. So answer is 81 centimeter square. Anyone having any doubts? Okay, I think the session is going too long. So we will solve one more question, guys, and then we'll end the session. Any doubt, guys, you can please ask, or we can move to the next question, the last question. After that, we'll end the session. Okay, let's move to the next question. Yeah. Okay, guys, time's up. Let's solve this question. So I'm having diagonals of a quadrilateral ABCD intersect at O. AO is to OC is 2 is to 3. BO is to OD is 2 is to 1. DO is to OC is 1 is to 2. And angle AOD is 60 degree. So quadrilateral ABCD. So they are intersecting at O. So AO is to OC is 2 is to 3. Means let us take the common variable here as x. So I can write AO as 2x, OC as 3x. Then BO is to D, OD is 2 is to 1. Let us take the common variable here as y. Means I can write BO as 2y, OD as y. Right? Also, DO is to OC is half, which means DO is y, OC is 3x. So y by 3x equals to half, or I can write y by x equals to 3 by 2. Okay. So let us take, for the sake of calculation, let us take y equal to 3 and x equal to 2. If I am taking these values, let me put in this diagram again. So what I will get is, I am getting this quadrilateral ABCD. Now why I am taking it as 3 and 2? Because see, 3 and 2 are co-prime to each other, right? So this is the simplest form of the fraction. So for the sake of making calculations easier, I am taking y as 3, x as 2. AO is 2x. If I put x equal to 2, what is the value of AO? 4 units. OB is 2y. If I put y equals to the, what is the value of OB? 6 units. OC is 3x. If I put x equal to 2, what is the value of OC? 6 units. And OD is y. What is the value of OD? 3. Fine. What is given? AOD equal to 60 degree. Right? I need to find the ratio of lengths of sides AB and CD. Now this is 120 degree. If this is 60, right, the BD is a straight line, means this is 120 degree. Length of AB and CD I need to find. Okay. Now this is 120, then this is 120. Now see, if I look at triangle ABO, this is 120 degree, this is 4, this is 6. What is the value of AB? I can use cosine rule, right? So via cosine rule I can write AB square will be equal to OA square plus OB square minus twice of OA into OB into cos theta. Theta is 120 degree. OA square is 4 square, OB square is 6 square minus 2 into 4 into 6 into minus half. 2 I can cancel. 4 square is 16, 6 square is 36 plus minus minus plus 4 6 are 24. 36 plus 16 is 52. 52 plus 24 is 76. So AB square is 76, which means AB is root 76. Similar thing I can do for CD also, right? I can use cosine rule in triangle COD. OC is 6, OD is 3. This is cos 120 degree. Means CD square will be equal to 3 square plus 6 square minus 2 into 3 into 6 into cos 120 degree. 9 plus 36 minus 2 into 3 into 6. Cos 120 is minus half. 2 I can cancel. 9 plus 3 is 45. 45 plus 18, which is 63. CD square is 63, means CD is root 63. So I've got the values of AB and CD. What I am told to find is AB is to CD ratio. AB is root 76. CD is root 63. So what is the ratio? Ratio is root 76 to root 63. So the correct answer is option B, right? Root 76 is to root 63. Okay, anyone having any doubt, guys? Or shall we complete one more question? Okay, I think we can complete one more question. Yeah, try to solve this question. This will be the last question. Okay, let's see this question, guys. What is the maximum area of rectangle that can be inscribed in a semicircle of radius 10 centimeter? So semicircle 10 centimeter, radius 10 centimeter, right? This is 10 centimeter. Let's say this is our rectangle, right? Okay, this is our radius. Let's say r, right? R equals to 10 centimeter. Let's say, guys, this angle be theta. If this is theta, can I write OD equals to r cos theta and CD equals to r sin theta, right? Because cos theta is what? Base, right? This is 90 degree. Rectangle means this angle is 90 degree. Cos theta means what? Base upon hypotenuse, right? So what will be the base? Base will be r into cos theta. Similarly, sin theta will be what? Height upon hypotenuse. So what will be height? Height will be r into sin theta. Which means what will be the length of AD? Now AD is twice of OD, which means twice of r cos theta, right? Because this OD will be equal to OA, right? Which means what I am getting, guys, AD. AD is what? Length of rectangle. Length of rectangle value I am getting as 2 into r cos theta. And CD. CD is breadth of rectangle. Breadth of rectangle value is r sin theta. So what is the value of area of rectangle? Area of rectangle is length into breadth, which is twice of r cos theta into r sin theta, which is equal to r into r is r square, 2 cos theta into sin theta. What is 2 cos theta into sin theta? It is sin 2 theta. Now here we know the value of r is 10 centimeter, which means this area I can write as 100 sin 2 theta. Now guys, I need to find the maximum area. For the area to be maximum, now this is area. for this area 100 sine 2 theta, for this to be maximum, the value of sine 2 theta has to be maximum. We know sine theta, what is the maximum value? 1. So the maximum value of sine 2 theta will also be 1, which means the maximum area possible is 100 into 1, which is 100 centimeter square, which will occur when sine 2 theta equals to 1. Now sine 2 theta equals to 1 means this I can take as pi by 2. I mean 2 theta will be pi by 2, so theta will be pi by 4. So when this angle is pi by 4 or 45 degrees, the maximum area will occur, and it is 100 square centimeter, right? Any doubt, guys? Any queries? Any issues? Okay, guys, that's all for today. Good night. Take care. Bye bye. That's all. Meet you in the next class. Thank you.